Flare Network is on the path to financial glory, and look at this. The momentum is changing, and so has the profile picture of Hugo Fillion changed over here. Vintage. Why is that, folks? This comes with a good news, folks. Good news. Look at this. At long last, the wait is over. FXRP is here. We already deployed new incentivized LPs on DEX version 3 supporting FXRP. Bridge your XRP, fassets and .au.cc or fassets.oracle.daemon.com. So check this out, then put your FXRP to work at version3.dex.enosis.global. Look at this FXRP HLN, FXRP APS, FXRP WFLR, FXRP USDTO. I mean, this is a really, really interesting news over here, folks. FXRP is live on Flare Networks, and Flamix is ready from minute one. Trade BTC, Ethereum, and more with up to 500x leverage. Use FXRP as collateral with zero volatility liquidation risk. Access global markets without selling XRP. XRP-Fi is here on Flare, and instant utility is being unlocked, and a new chapter is being written today in the Flare's path to financial glory, folks. Check this out. Awakened with FXRP on Flare Networks. This has been posted by Flare Official, by the way.
One of digital finance's foundational assets. Its full potential underutilized. XRP. The time has come. Its dormant power awakens. With FXRP, your assets move beyond holding. Stake, trade, borrow, compose. Flare.
Cool one, folks. Cool one. Really interesting over here. Hugo Fillion has awakened. It has woken up, basically. Look at this. Yeah, awesome. I really like Hugo Fillion as a leader, folks. He has a really good sense of humor. He is always active, always giving interviews, always building a brand. So it is really great what he's doing. There is a post over here. Let me translate it. A really interesting one. Flare co-founder and foundation president Hugo Fillion discusses the vision of XRP-Fi and DeFi innovation. He emphasizes that an era has opened where XRP holders can fully participate in liquid staking, lending, and trading. So let's check this out. XRP-Fi vision from hodl to do. Love to see the innovation. This is a 20-minute video, folks. This has been recently posted, a really latest one, so you can check this one out. Anyways, I'm going to be sharing bits of this.
Yes, so my name is Hugo Fillion. I'm the co-founder of a blockchain called Flare, and I'm the chairman of the Flare Foundation. And Flare is a blockchain that is based solely on data. So it is an EVM layer 1 blockchain, which has enshrined data protocols called the Flare Data Connector and the Flare Time Series Oracle. And those data protocols deliver Web 2, Web 3, and price data to the network in a hugely decentralized manner. So very different from existing oracles. The security of the FDC and the FTOSCSO is baked into the blockchain itself and part of the blockchain. So that's really what Flare is in a nutshell. And what we're focusing on in the short to medium term is in giving assets that do not have smart contract-like capabilities. Starting with the third largest decentralized asset, which is XRP, which has a very large community globally, but also in Korea. So as mentioned, Flare's an EVM-based layer 1, which means that we have a very holistic DeFi ecosystem on Flare itself. consisting of lending protocols, DEX protocols, perps protocols, soon to be CDP protocols, yield markets. If it's in DeFi, you name it, it will be on. So Flare's built out this reasonably sized so far DeFi ecosystem. And then one of the key features of Flare has been, because we have our data protocols, we've always wanted to build a heavily non-custodial bridge that is as seamless as possible between networks like XRP, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Stellar, to name a few, and Flare, to be effectively a universal layer one for those assets to participate equally in DeFi, focusing to start with and very heavily on XRP, which is where our base comes from. So what we've just launched is the assets v1.2 on mainnet, and this allows XRP to come to Flare as an asset called XRP, and that can be used today in lending protocols, in DEXs, as collateral in protocols, will soon be able to be used in CDP protocols. I think most importantly for your audience, we've spent a lot of time and money incubating what we think of as the best staking protocol for XRP. That is called Firelight, and we can discuss that as we get through this interview. Absolutely. So you mentioned custodial bridges. These are bridges that bridge through a trusted counterparty, like a custodian or an exchange. A good example of this is Coinbase has a number of bridges for things like XRP and Bitcoin. These are custodial, meaning that they are managed by a centralized counterparty. This means you're trusting them to undertake the bridging for you. Flare's bridging is entirely non-custodial. It works as a smart contract protocol using the data that Flare is able to get from external sources, such as the XRP ledger and pricing, in order to handle all of the aspects of the bridge. And this is hugely more decentralized than any custodial bridge could ever really be. And this is what we've built with assets, and this is what we've built with XRP v1.2, which has just launched. And how is it great for composability? Well, it's a fully decentralized bridge, meaning you don't need to KYC, you don't need to ask anyone to use it, you don't need to go onto a Web2 platform, you don't need to trust anyone in order to use it, and there's no risk of it being shut down by a government or any of those kind of people. So it is completely non-custodial, and this means that money and value can flow between Flare and other blockchains directly. So since they only trade against other counterparties, that they know who they are, that they are happy with the risk of their transaction, and effectively simulate on a blockchain as close to TradFi guarantees that you're trading with a compliant entity, that your counterparty is compliant, etc., etc. So this is part of Flare 2.0's strategy with regards to trusted execution environments. Trusted execution environments are going to massively augment what Flare does, what Flare can offer, and we think that there's a very nice position where those who want full unfettered decentralization and to be able to transact against anyone in the world can do so, but those who need to be compliant can also do so on Flare in the easiest and seamless way possible. Yes, I think isolated applications where only regulated counterparties are trading against each other, but with privacy, because absolutely when you're in TradFi, you need to be able to shield who you are and what you're doing so that the entire market doesn't know. That is absolutely critical from our perspective of how you get effectively real-world assets to be successful within the landscape. Absolutely. So our partnership with XRP Altcoins begins with a very tangible kicking off step, and that is a joint hackathon at Harvard this September, bringing together 200 developers to explore what can be built with when Flare's interoperability protocols connect to the XRP ledger's speed and liquidity. But our objective with XRP Altcoins goes a lot deeper than that, and that is shared think, by XRPL Commons. And it's about creating a lasting bridge between our two ecosystems, aligning developer education, community growth, and product integration. We think there's an awful lot we can do with XRP and with the XRP ledger. And I think that view is very much shared in XRPL Commons. So for XRPL, it means having access to new economic primitives like staking yields, cross-chain collateral, and decentralized data. For Flare, it means ensuring our technology is adopted where it can deliver the most impact on one of the most liquid and enterprise-ready blockchains in the industry. That's XRP Ledger. Together, we're showing how Flare and XRPL can complement each other to unlock the next wave of DeFi payments, consumer applications, and we're building the foundation of the XRP Fi ecosystem. We will absolutely be excited to do a hackathon in Korea, and I think, in fact, we did a large Korea meetup a couple of months ago. Absolutely. So I'll step back just from incentive programs for a second. We put a lot of effort, time into developing ecosystems and communities in various different locations. Korea is one of them. Japan is another. The US and of course Europe are others. But we have a developer outreach program that is has been very successful so far. We hold lots of events around the world. We work very hard on education. I think docs on our website and our tutorials on how to use Flare are some of the best in the industry. We make sure that our largest applications also reach out to the Korean market by translating as much of their content as possible into Korean. So we do everything we can to make sure that our blockchain is not limited to those that speak English, even though we are mostly native English speakers. So that's the first part. But we do, of course, have a large incentive program. When we launched Flare, we put aside a large amount of token in order to be able to build out incentive programs over the long term. And we have a 2 billion Flare incentive program for the launch of XRP5. And these incentives go to people, they go through the applications on Flare, effectively awarded to people that use those applications for certain functions. So very easy business development pathway. We approach those people, we work with them, we show them where the yield comes from, we show them how the technology works, we show them that it's safe, and frankly, we've been extremely fortunate to be able to, even before having launched XRP, we've already partnered with multiple institutions such as Vivo Power, Everything Blockchain, Uphold, and there was a notification from Crypto.com when they partnered with Vivo Power that they would be offering XRP through Flare. So, we think institutions are an absolute blessing for our XRP strategy. Those institutions will, of course, receive staked XRP, and that staked XRP can be used downstream in the ecosystem to boost that yield that goes back to customers.
Awesome, folks. As I said, Hugo Fillion is always active, and I really like this about him. He is a leader that drives the business in the front line. Look at this. The day XRP woke up. For more than a decade, XRP has been fast, efficient, and trusted by millions. Yet, waiting for its next chapter, with FXRP on Flare, that moment has arrived. Programmable, composable utility in DeFi, whilst preserving holders' XRP exposure. So yeah, this is a really good take on it, that XRP has existed for such a long time, and now this is the next chapter in the history of both XRP and Flare network, folks. And from this point onward, in my opinion, Flare is only building legitimacy further. It is building credibility further, and it will be on its way to financial glory, in my opinion. But anything can go good or bad. But the project can succeed or it can fail. But in my opinion, it is well on its way to achieving history, folks. This is really good. Look at this. Today, price move of FLR is based off from FXRP being limited to 5 million XRP. Next week, the limit will likely double to 10 million XRP. When Vivo Power is ready, they will be investing $100 million worth of XRP all at once. When the institutions start onboarding, the price will go much higher. So this is what we're talking about. This is true change. This is true utility taking place. in Flare ecosystem. The $5 million FXRP cap was reached in just 4 hours, entirely community driven. Institutions are calling for a $100 million minimum cap in order to join. Not they do not want 100 million minimum cap. They want that in order to join. So absorb this. Well, digest this news, folks. I mean, this is great. Flare is standing out while the rest of the market dipped. Yes, folks, the rest of the market it is dipping, and Flare network has only started now. Let's hope that the momentum continues on to pick up, and we go on to achieve wonderful things. Because Flare network has reached its highest rank on CoinMarketCap now at 50. This is just the beginning. I do not know what the market cap and the price is at the moment, because I think it was 2.5 last I checked. Did it fall from 50 number? Because it will overtake it soon anyway, so who cares? So respect to David Brooks for sharing. King Karan, man, what a day yesterday with the launch of F Assets. I haven't been this hyped since the SEC lawsuit ended. The Flare community showed its true strength. Demand was unreal, and FLR made a lot of people realize it is not here to play around, and it is truly here to make a change in the global world of finance, folks. Look at this. Flare is now top 50. Look at the names over here, the next names that it can overtake, folks. Some interesting ones. Cas, Caspa, we've covered Caspa as well. Proof of work project, but Flare is well on its way to overtake it. We've got Pi Network over here, such a huge community of Pi, although controversial. ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, folks, $2.31 billion. So many people covering ICP and thinking that there are so many ICP maxis in the crypto world as well. But Flare Network, folks, over here, it will be interesting to see how it overtakes both of these projects over here in terms of market cap. It's going to be interesting, folks. The question is, when will it happen? In my opinion, let's see. A really phenomenal project, Flare. Anyways, folks, what do you guys think about Flare Network? Do you think that it is well on its way to financial glory? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by checking out Patreon by following the link in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.